Hi, and welcome to Straw Hat Crusaders. I'm Josh. I am freaking Josh, and I'm so excited to talk about exactly two things. We have a very special episode for you today, but before we get into why, to my left is
Adriana.
To their left is
Clayton Chalman.
To their left is
Hayden Hartrick.
Wait, what? But there's someone between them.
What the fuck?
No,
No.
who is that?
No!
Guys, it's me. It's Lucas.
Whoa.
He's back, everybody.
is
Oh my
He's talking third person.
Pac is back. Remember the Pac-Man show? Anyway.
What?
I do remember the Pac-Man show.
Are you reading One Piece right now, Lucas?
I'm actually a little ahead, so I'm going
Oh,
back to the end of the
man.
Wait,
last
whoa,
Oh, man.
whoa. Who
Lucas,
said?
spoilers?
Who the hell actually said that you could do that? Get out!
I like re-looking at the stuff that we're going to talk about.
Who gave you permission to die?
All right. Well, and I'm about to. If y'all don't let me continue this freaking intro. That's right. That's right. How's everyone doing? How's everyone been doing this week? It's been 2 weeks.
I'm currently blocking out spoilers while Lucas.
I'm not ahead. I'm at the chapter that we read last.
Okay.
I'm not a rapper.
335 is where we read.
Oh,
last.
okay. I'm on the chapter right after where we read last.
Oh, if anyone needs to look at my JoJo notes.
I'll be fine.
How are you doing, Josh?
Yeah, how are you?
How are you?
I'm doing all right. It's been 2 weeks since we did this. I've been itching so bad to fucking talk about everything going on with JoJo, with One Piece, with the world, you know. But you know, I hope we get to at least two of those things today. But yeah, I've been having a decent-ish week. I pulled my neck, so
Oh no.
that's been fucking killing me a little bit. It's getting better. But yeah, had a pretty good Thanksgiving. Yeah, we haven't joined up since Thanksgiving.
We gave
Yeah.
thanks. We gave thanks to Luffy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well, Luffy
And
did
others.
have quite the Thanksgiving, right?
He had quite the little outing. He was in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade.
Yeah.
And you said we're not
that's
allowed to
right.
look at it, right?
I saw.
Y'all are. I don't think about that. Don't even worry about that.
Yeah.
There's a light spoiler,
Because it
but just
popped.
don't worry. Yeah, I don't want you to see him like that. But
He's just in pain.
The only image of the Luffy Macy's Day Parade thing I saw was the one where like the brim of his hat wasn't inflated yet, so he just had like a droopy.
well,
little
it actually
It was inflated.
popped,
It popped.
during the
Oh.
parade. It got raked along trees, and the brim of his hat popped, and it looked like he had a bucket hat.
That's not accurate.
I know. I was
Bucket hat.
irate.
I don't think anyone in New York has read One Piece. If I'm being honest.
I think there's one person in New York who's read One Piece at least.
Yeah, there
And
is
his
one.
name is Ben Glassman.
Glassman.
He's going to be on this podcast at some
I
point.
hope so.
I hope so.
I
I
hope
want
so.
him to I want him to watch JoJo. We
Oh,
talked about
yeah, maybe.
it. Okay. All right. Well, before I get pissed off, Adriana, how's your week been? 2 weeks
good.
been.
I was the reason we had to delay recording because
What?
it's finals and
Whoa.
And like the finals for you, right?
yes, I'm graduating next
Woo!
week.
Yay!
Excited for that. So yeah, I've just been working on stuff. I have a lot of ceramic stuff to do, and then I also had a little rock ensemble showcase that I drummed in yesterday, Friday, and so I hurt my wrist real bad from the painting and the drumming. But it's better now, so yay.
Hell yeah.
That's it.
Hell yeah.
Clayton,
Clayton, how
have
you
you
doing?
been?
Man, I'm not doing well. I'm at a new serving job. I've talked about this a little bit, but I've been I worked the past like 5 days. What day is it? I've worked a lot, and I'm not happy about it. And it is now. Yesterday I worked a 12-hour shift,
Oh my.
and my feeties hurted. I don't know. Have y'all seen me when I've had Clayton foot? Hayden was surprised by this. I thought it was something that everybody was familiar with. when I was young, I broke the growth plate in my right
you
foot.
said this, yeah.
And so now when if I am, for example, if I have a 12-hour shift or if I work every day for a week, a lot of times my foot will become agitated to the point that I get what I call Clayton foot, and I can't put weight on it, and it hurts a lot.
I knew of your foot troubles,
Yes.
but I'd never seen it in action. It
Uh-huh.
was really scary. It had a little mouth on it, and it started talking to me.
But yeah, I was limping around in pain yesterday. I hate it. I don't want to work there anymore. When?
Do you get good tips at least?
No, that's the worst part of it. It's honestly an easier of the serving jobs I've had. This is probably the easiest one. Like it's not too stressful, but it is. I'm not making nearly as much fucking money as I need to be.
Yeah.
So fuck this place.
That sucks.
F it.
Yeah. And let's name it. Let's all say it together.
Yeah, let's
where
all
it
say
is.
it together.
And we'll say that it's actual
Yeah.
address.
And it's Saltgrass Steakhouse.
Oh, whoa!
Whoa!
I said it.
He said it.
Wow.
And it's
Lucas, how have you been, man?
I've been pretty good. It's also finals for me, but I got one more semester after this.
Boom.
And yeah, between that and work, it's been tough. I also work at a restaurant, but I'm a line cook.
good.
So I gotta
Ooh.
make all that damn food.
Every time we go and like sit down while Lucas is working, we get the largest portions of food we've ever seen, and it's awesome.
You
I
hook us
will.
up.
I will be sneaking food to my friends if they show up to my work. I do not care about
come visit your
job
work.
security. I care about friends eating for free.
You're like Sanji.
I am like Sanjay because today I had to pay $14 for a wrap from Kava. No one should ever have to do that. Also,
No.
at my work, the nachos cost like $15 and they take 3 seconds to make.
Yeah.
And they taste so damn good.
Somebody stop me.
Yeah.
This reminded me of the mask. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Hey, can we cut that?
Can we
out?
cut that out?
That was
no
like-
more mask references.
No more mask.
No Jim Carrey on this podcast.
But other than that, I got a few new video games that I'm really looking forward to playing.
Ooh.
I've been playing Alan Wake 2, which I've been waiting for
Ooh.
13
Been very
years.
excited about that.
I love it so dang much.
More like Alan Woke. More like Alan Woke.
Literally Alan Woke and Alan Woke. Well, yeah, and we had to say that. Speaking of which, Resident Woke 8, I finally got that, and it's really fun. I tried to play it on hardcore. I have nothing to prove. I don't need to play games on hardcore. No one's watching.
No.
And I died 3 times to the first enemy because it took 18 bullets to put him down. So never mind, not playing that game in hardcore again. And then Fortnite. Sorry, everyone. Yeah, I said it.
No, that's such a good point. Fortnite, hey, follow us on Twitter. By the way, I never plug the Twitter. I never plug the
Where
anything.
did you get that from Fortnite?
No, because we're doing literally we just did the first run of a
Oh,
JoJo
yeah.
I just
Fortnite.
advertised Fortnite.
bracket.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
And if you're hearing this, it's well
already
over.
It's already happened. But we're gonna be doing more brackets like that. We just we started a bracket where we're saying which JoJo characters and soon enough which One Piece characters are the best at Fortnite, and it's the people who decide. So come vote.
You're the people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of the people,
And speaking of the people, we got one more guy who had a week.
Yeah, I had a week. Big news for me. I'm gonna immediately date this episode.
Ooh.
Big patch for Baldur's Gate 3 just came
Wow.
out, and that is really not good for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because the past 2 nights I've stayed up until about 4 or 5 in the morning playing Baldur's Gate 3 in my living room. It's unhealthy. My relationship with that game is not good, and I can't control myself around it. But goddamn, do I love it! And the penises jiggle now. They added penis jiggle physics.
thank
God.
goodness.
So you can hide your clothes and shake your guy around, and his
Wow.
dick goes things.
That's crazy.
His dick
Oh,
goes
goodness,
things.
dude.
Yeah. Other than that, I got to fulfill a lifelong dream. All right. When I went into high school, I had an idea. I had an idea that I wanted to be a mascot at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And I was working this event, and through one reason or another, a mascot was unavailable, and I had to last minute fill in for a
my
high
gosh.
school's mascot in a mascot race that was run on the news.
Oh my god.
And surprisingly, the costume fitted me. Like, it was insane. For those of you that are never seen me in real life, I'm 6'6". It's hard to find clothes that fit me. This mascot costume fit me like a glove.
Damn.
Amazing.
And it was a big wolf guy.
They're
It
gonna-
kind of had furry face. Like, the face was definitely like furry coated. You know, it wasn't like animal. It was like, it was sexy, furry
So what I'm
wolf.
hearing though is that you've always wanted to do that, right?
I have wanted to be a mascot. I wanted to have the experience. And I will say, now that I've had the experience, I'm good.
Oh really? Okay.
I'm good.
Mhm.
It was
So
it was
no
like a
furry con for you.
no, well, I'm not gonna
Well,
discount
you're
it.
like, well.
All right, I'm not gonna say no because if my friends are going, I'll go.
Oh my god.
What?
Awesome.
But it was a cool night. It was like 60 degrees outside, and I still was immediately
I'm
so
sure.
fucking sweaty. And the shirt like didn't fit. Like the shirt, they had a jersey that went over the mascot costume, and it didn't fit right, so it like really pulled my chest in. But it kind of made me look hot because it was like slimming.
Like a big hot wolf.
I did feel, yeah, I did feel good.
He wolfed out. Man.
Wow.
I wolfed out.
That's crazy.
That's me.
Yeah, and you said you were how tall?
I'm 6'6".
That's funny.
Technically,
You're actually the shortest guy on this podcast.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
really
yeah.
crazy.
Mhm, yeah.
Yeah.
Josh is 6'7", right? Clayton, you're 6'8", and Adriana, you're
Like
7'15".
8'5".
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
something like that.
Well, before we get into anything else at the main event, I actually have a surprise for you guys.
Whoa.
What
Uh-huh.
the fuck, man?
What's
going
went out
on?
with some friends.
Whoa.
Went out with some friends last night, and we
Jealous.
went to 99 Ranch, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Which is
Uh-huh.
a store with a bunch of items, and I saw there and purchased.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
What is this?
Uh-oh.
a
I don't even know.
beverage.
Oh,
Dude, this is so crazy.
What?
It's,
On the in the
Oh
cubby
my-
up there,
we see
I
this
just got the Sanji version of that.
this is
Well,
One Piece soda.
Guys,
Ah, the Sanji,
Sanji version.
and,
Sanji
and
version.
wait.
Who is that?
There's a
It's
Nami
Nami
version.
version.
I didn't
Yes.
see the Nami version.
Are
These were the only three sodas
Wow.
Uh-huh.
that I saw. The only three guys. But
Are we
yeah.
gonna taste test them?
Yes, we are.
Mukbang?
Taste test? Audio taste
Do,
test?
do you want to know
We've
what
got
flavor the Luffy one is?
What?
It's yogurt flavored.
What?
Wait, what flavor are they?
So Nami is mango flavor.
Zoro is honey lemon flavor.
Thank
Cute.
you.
And Sanji is tropical fruit flavor.
Lol.
They've
The
got fun
Sanji one
out-
is really good.
They've got these fun outfits on that I'm certain we shouldn't be looking at right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's
But-
not like
Alright.
plot
Also,
element.
also, this is sparkling water, right? So it's gonna taste like shit
It's-
regardless.
isn't it
No,
just
I
No, it's
love
sugar-
sparkling
it's
water.
it's
I
sugar
hate you,
sweetened.
Josh.
Yeah, I don't.
It
like
It's
is
just soda.
the Sanji one at least was like a lot more flavorful than, for example, like a LaCroix or something.
Alright.
Okay.
Who are we
To me,
starting
it tasted
with?
like sody.
You wanna
Who
start with?
should we start with?
Start with Zoro.
Let's
Or
start with Nami.
Start with Nami. Ladies first, as they say.
True.
All right, Nami.
Oh, is this why we have these
Here we go.
cups?
Here we go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Adriana.
We're gonna
This is
ASMR
so-
this a little
yeah,
bit.
this is awesome.
Here we go.
That's what Nami
Yeah.
sounds like in real
Nami.
life.
That's Nami's voice. All
That
right.
is
Thanks for getting
There's
the JoJo
that.
ones.
I wish they had
There's that.
JoJo
Where's
ones.
your
I'm
cup?
ki- I'm
Where's your
kidding.
cup?
Oh,
There's that.
thank you.
Yeah, I saw
that.
them and I was like, this would be so fun if I brought them for everyone.
All right.
Thank you.
Cheers. What? What?
I didn't know.
Josh just started drinking before I poured everybody's cups.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
Alright.
Baruch atah Adonai.
All right.
Yeah,
Cheers.
We're all cheersing.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
Honestly,
that's pleasant. I like
That's
that.
yummy.
as far as sparkling water goes,
refreshing.
pretty good.
Yeah.
That is quite yummy.
Yeah, that's pretty dang good.
Num, num.
Good for you.
All right. Clear your. Next up, we want to go to Sanji since Clayton's already tried this one.
Sure, sure.
All right.
I'll try to.
That tasted like mango.
Yeah, it smells
It
like
tasted like
Should we not
mango.
have? Maybe we should have saved this for the end.
No, I like this right
I think
now.
it's fun.
Oh,
We
I
can
didn't-
edit it.
I don't think we have to edit it. It can just, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Too late.
Here we go. ASMR can number 2, Sanji Blue.
Let's see what this sounds like.
Hey, it's
Oh.
me, Sanji.
This is
That's weird.
What are you Goyles
strange.
doing?
tropical,
Luffy.
tropical fruit
fruit.
flavor.
Mm.
I love fruit.
Yeah,
Sniff.
because
Smells good. Smells good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers.
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 Cheers. Oh, what does that taste like? Wait. Oh, it's something really specific.
Do you need another hit?
No, I have more.
These are. I'm not a huge fan of these, but these are the best sparkling waters I've ever had.
No,
Yeah,
I actually.
these
I
are great.
typically
like this.
I hate sparkling water. Typically, this is pretty good.
Yeah.
It's quite a bit.
Oh, it's like peach. I'm okay. It's
Yes.
peach.
Yeah,
no,
there's
yeah.
there's a strong peach
Yeah.
flavor to it.
It's good.
All right.
Wait.
Last up, we've got Zorro with honey lemon. I'm very
Honey
excited for this.
lemon.
They're
Yeah,
just
I'm-
like
I'm
listening
very
to
curious.
us like slurp and
Yeah,
wash
yeah,
right
yeah,
now.
of course.
Here we go.
Go ahead.
Okay.
That one was that had two
that
parts.
that was a
actually pretty
chunky
That one had
one.
notes to it.
Mm-hmm.
This one's gonna hurt. I'm kidding.
This one's gonna cut you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They should have made it
Whoa.
like moss flavored.
Yeah.
You know.
Ooh, I like this. This one's got a
It
crazy
smells like
Whoa.
perfume.
I
Like,
know. Yeah,
All
it's
right, on
a
three.
very
All right, cheers.
Hesso.
pungent
Hesso.
smell.
Hesso. Whoa.
Oh.
Alternate universe.
That's an
like-
interesting one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
that's
really
like
good.
very unique.
That tastes like a swimming pool.
Yeah.
That tastes like a battle pad, bro.
No, immediately I thought
Swimming pool.
no, immediately there's something chemical about that.
It does. It reminds me of like lavender, like
Yeah.
I'm not getting the
It's
honey
floral.
or the lemon.
It's-
yeah,
Yeah.
No, I feel like I thought for a second I was like, oh, feels like there's ginger in there. It's got, but I don't think so. But it's got,
Jasmine.
like,
It tastes like jasmine to me, like jasmine tea a little bit.
I like the atmosphere. I like the world that it puts me in, but I don't like the flavor.
The world it was.
I
it's
feel-
really funny.
I feel like I'm in a different world, like drinking that, and I like that. Like that's how One Piece
Yeah.
makes me feel.
mm.
You know, we should go to
This
Japan.
expires.
I agree.
This expires in 2025, so
Okay,
we
great.
can leave this here on the table and take little sips in for 2 years.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it'd be good to do it now because now we could just drink our favorites throughout the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zoro's does look the coolest. I mean, I'm a fan of green.
I like
It's the
Mhm.
green
Blue,
king.
though.
All right.
Oh, yeah, it tastes like
so
green
the
tea. It
audience
tastes like
knows.
Arizona green tea a
Each
little
one has a
bit.
different color.
Yes.
The honey green tea. Yeah, that makes sense.
That was crazy. That was a crazy.
That
story.
was
Interesting that the
Frank
Sanji
brings
one
a
is
good
blue.
surprise.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, his also
Well-
because they all have different flavor names, right? Because
No, they're
Sanji's
all
is like
called
ocean.
Bomb.
Oh, they're all ocean bomb.
Yeah.
All ocean bomb.
Just different
That's
ocean.
like. The,
I thought the Sanji one was called that because he's
Oh.
looking for the all dinner, the all blue ocean.
The all yum.
No,
Guys,
the one
Guys,
meal.
must we talk about JoJo?
We talked about
We
we talked about
must.
2 things, and we're gonna talk about one of them.
I think like I don't know why you say it like it's a chore.
I think we simply have to. I
Yeah.
think our arm is being twisted.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Clayton, what episodes you watched? this week?
Clayton, yeah.
I watched 6 episodes.
You watched 5 episodes.
I watched
No. Wait.
4 episodes, I believe, right? Because the first and the last were both one-parters. No,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Rats was 2 parts.
No, it was one part.
It was one part.
Yeah, you watched 4.
It
sorry.
does. It
okay,
felt.
how many arcs
watched
did
4
you watch?
I watched 3 arcs.
Great.
So you
Um,
started with a little Joseph adventure with
Yes.
Joe Skype.
One that I thought was very fun,
Mm-hmm.
where they're walking around. Joseph is old and senile, and they get pulled out into the wilderness because Joseph gets on the wrong bus. And he and Josuke find, due to the clever mind of Mr. Joseph Joestar, an invisible baby Stan that
Baby
Kakyoin warned him
Yeah.
about. And so the rest of the episode is them dealing with this baby, trying to keep it safe from itself and from the world, and it's making more things invisible. It's awesome. I really enjoyed this episode. The whole conceit of it was very fun. We're still in a position where we have not seen a lot of Jotaro Joseph interaction, which again I'm still I am a little sad about that. But the Josuke Joseph interactions are still very interesting.
Yeah.
I think to me it feels a little bit like I was surprised that Josuke cared that much about his dad. Like, it never to me felt like he was somebody who
Had
like,
a chip on his shoulder, yeah.
it never felt like he was like, man, I need to know who my dad is, or like what his
Yeah.
deal is.
Yeah.
And so that was a bit surprising to me, but I'm still liking the storyline here.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was actually pretty realistic though, about because it's like it's not like, you know, people with, not that I would know, but people with dad issues. Normally it's like, oh yeah, you know, I'm just living my life or whatever, but it's like once it comes up, it's like, oh shit, you know, it affects me more than I thought, you know?
Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I think the approach also that you see Josuke make with Joseph is also pretty indicative of how much he kind of is almost indifferent. Like, he wants to be indifferent because that's how he's been his whole life. He never had a dad. So when you first see him talking to Joseph at the beginning of the episode, he's kind of like, hey, listen, like, glad you're here and all. We're doing fine. Like, I'm just gonna call you Mr. Joestar. Let's not make this weird. Like, he's not trying to be mean. He's not trying to be like aggressive or anything. But he's very much like, I'm keeping at a distance because I don't know what trouble this is gonna be.
Yeah,
And
that
I
makes
like
sense.
that. And also, I think this is less about Josuke and more about Araki realized that he did a little bit of character assassination with Joseph by having Josuke having him be a cheater and have the illegitimate son. So he's like, well, I gotta have Joseph atone for that.
To show that he actually cares about
Yes.
the kid. Yeah.
Yes,
Yep.
exactly.
I think it's good. I also, Joseph doing something like that doesn't even feel like it is. I wouldn't even say it feels like character assassination.
Me neither.
But it is definitely something I think that needs to be addressed.
Yeah.
And I think they're handling it well. He is, you know, having to deal with the son, and it's very smart to have him have to show off skills as a father in a more direct way, like dealing with a literal baby. And doing that with his estranged son is a very fun dynamic, and it makes for a good episode. They go to a baby store, and he spends.
I was gonna say he has no budgeting
Yeah.
skills this episode.
No. It's so funny. I was saying this to Josh because we see several points throughout Stardust Crusaders where Joseph is a master of bartering.
He's like, $5 for a kebab? No way.
He's like, it's not happening. How about $3? And like, he's so smart about money. And in this episode, he gets taken for a chump. He's like so old that he just doesn't know or care anymore. And he's like, just give me everything in the store for the love of God.
Him being like, because every time he's like matched wits at the bartering stuff, it's always about things that he does know about. And it makes 100% sense that Joseph never touched a baby. Never.
What do you mean?
He had like
Holly, he was such a good dad to Holly,
yeah,
though.
he loved Holly.
Loved Holly. But yeah, no, they were, were they rich by that point? They probably had a nanny.
Yeah.
Well, Holly seemed pretty like
Good.
pretty affectionate
baby.
to her father. Like, she seemed like they had a great relationship. They were just separated by distance, you know. But yeah, we have a little bit of Hermit Purple action. Comes back. He
Grabs a baby
with his
invisible baby.
thorns.
With the thorns, it kills the baby.
Kills the baby immediately.
Yeah.
Episode over.
He does it. We get a nice big brain smart boy Joseph moment at the end where he slits his
He's out.
wrist in the lake to use the blood to find the baby, the infant child.
Yeah.
For Josuke to save, and it's nice. And then they swaddle it up and put makeup on its face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
now they just got a fucking baby. Who
Yeah.
knows
Yeah.
who the mother is?
I don't know why like it reminds me of this scene. It's just there's an easy parallel between him spilling his blood from his wrist in this episode and him doing that onto Wamu's head in part 2. Fun imagery.
Yeah.
Fun imagery.
Yeah, super fun content.
Super fun. No one's ever thought of that before. No one's ever said that before.
Yeah,
Mm.
but I do like the moment because I love that like it's kind of like him trying to prove to like to Josuke, like, had I been there, I would have given anything for you. You know, like I don't even know this baby, and I'm willing to die for it. Like, I think he does care about him, and it's just horrible.
And it's really nice too, seeing like he was like, I just wanted to look cool in front of you when he says that, and then Josuke's face. It's one of my favorite Josuke moments. It's just him going from a straight face, like it's just him looking at the camera at Joseph, and then just giving him like a warm smile because he's like, oh, you know what? Like Josuke has a very forgiving heart, and he can see what this old man is trying to say to him.
That line of I just wanted to look cool in front of you. That I didn't remember that when we rewatched that episode, and it made me tear up a little bit because I was like, damn, this old man.
Yeah, this guy was our hero.
Yeah,
This
I
old
think about
geezer.
like I thought about how many times he looked cool in the past. Like, you know what I mean? It's like it's kind of hard watching a character grow up. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
But that's also one of my favorite like narrative things is watching.
Me too.
It also sorry, were you?
Oh, I was just gonna say watching like a hero become a mentor, become a side character.
One of my favorite story threads. I love when that happens.
It also was like it felt like he wasn't trying to like he wasn't expecting anything from it. It wasn't like, oh, I want to look cool so I can look cool. It was like, I want to look cool so that this kid doesn't have to deal with the turmoil of thinking that his father is like sucks, you know, like is just a loser or something, you know?
Yeah. Because as we know, Joseph would do anything for his children.
Right.
If you watch part 3,
he did a heck of
a lot.
He crashed like 3 planes.
He almost got swallowed in an escalator.
Yep.
He got fucked by Avdol.
Yeah.
You know? So he did a lot.
True.
He did a lot. After that, though, we move on to a little arc where you meet the main character of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rohan Kishibe.
Yeah.
Who is a manga artist.
What?
And everybody loves him, and he's so cool because he's so good at making manga. And 2 young children go to his house uninvited. And he lets them in and makes cookies for them and opens their faces.
Before we get into the full episode,
What's
talk
up?
about you in that arc. You got a new little treat.
What?
You get a new intro.
Oh yeah, new intro.
And I would chase you.
Yeah, I don't know. I have not put it in my rankings yet. I feel like
Need more time?
this one is like so different from
Yes.
anything that's come
And-
before.
Yep.
I
Exactly.
need a little bit of time to see where it sits with me.
Fair.
Yeah.
I remember in high school there was a big thing in the community that Chase was the worst OP. But like
Of
going
course,
back,
yeah.
like I don't know. I think it's just that since every opening is so good, people
Yeah.
have to like find one to gang up on because it's like funny. But honestly,
Right.
Chase is just a good song.
I'm a Chase defender. I'm
I'll
a big Chase defender.
I
It's
like
got
Chase.
it's got so many Easter eggs and spoilers shoved into that.
Yeah.
And it's like 1 minute. It's like one of the shorter openings. And the song I think is just
It's
so
just
catchy.
good, like-
yeah, it's
That
definitely not
guitar
as
is so freaking awesome.
yeah. It's more alty. It's like
edgy.
it's edgy. It's kind of like a lot of anime that were from the decade prior. Like or similar to anime openings from a decade prior. So
I do love that it comes immediately after Crazy Noisy.
Yeah.
Bizarre Town,
It's such a
which is,
change in
like,
tone.
That's one of the silliest openings
Yeah.
in all of JoJo.
Yeah.
well, it kind of hints at like a tonal shift that may or may not be coming.
Whoa.
Yeah, if that is the kind of tone that we're about to be warranting, I'll be very happy. Because I am starting to get to the point. I was talking to one of you about this. I don't remember
Who's
who.
me?
I'm at a point with this part where I need something to start happening.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Because the whole slice of life thing is fun in general, but like looking back on this, like there has been kind of nothing that has happened yet that where I'm like, whoa, and then this happened. Like, that's so cool. It's all just been stuff where I'm like, oh, this is fun. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is, I enjoy this. And so I'm ready to start getting into like the point
Yeah.
of this all.
Oh yeah.
My favorite part about watching that intro with you, just right before my last little tangent here, a certain character popped up in the intro. A certain Clayton hasn't met them yet, but they are a short person with spikes on their head, and Clayton immediately was just like, I'm not excited for him. I don't want to see him.
You're gonna love him.
You're gonna hate him. I hate that motherfucker.
You are gonna
Good.
hate and you are gonna experience him.
You really will.
That's so fun.
I feel like I got burned by Iggy. The first time and I was so excited for Iggy, and so now I'm so distrusting.
Hey,
yeah, well, just like Iggy was my favorite character last time, this guy is I'm kidding, that is not real at all.
He's controversial.
Don't worry about it. Just
Yeah, do not
Trust
worry
the
about
process. How many times do we have to tell you, Clayton, before you actually listen with your ears, to trust the process?
Hey, I don't say trust the process.
It's called. What did Adriana say? It's God's plan. Okay.
it. What did the Bible
I
say?
actually made that up, so.
No.
I trust it. I just don't like his face and body.
No one does.
Wow. Okay, actually, let's get into that later. I think.
We'll talk about that off the pod.
Sure.
In terms of like the point, or like, I would say you're in luck because this is a very good part, and you will be getting probably, I don't know, maybe soon, some sort of premise to latch onto. But until then, I would really try to just sit and enjoy as much as you can the slice of life, if you can muster that. If you because I was very impatient too.
Yeah, it's all leading somewhere. Nowhere. If
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
What?
Works for me.
Yeah.
Man.
Rohan
Kishibe.
Kishibe.
Rohan is cool. His stand is ridiculously powerful.
Ridiculous.
Heaven's
Oh my God.
door.
So just for my clarification,
Yeah.
the what he needs to be able to open somebody up, split them like a book, is just to show them. They just need to see his art.
They need to have.
As of right now.
They need to be moved by his art. More
Okay.
Like, yeah.
Well-
They need to like. Well, that's why it didn't work on Josuke when he was mad, because he saw it, but he just could not give a fuck.
As long as it's not Josuke, you just need to show them the manga.
Well, I think it's because though that it's what it's saying is his art is so good that to the majority of the population, just looking at it is like a 99% chance that you're gonna have a reaction and then
was
be
just
vulnerable
so
to his
mad
stand.
that he didn't
Yes.
perceive.
Yes.
And it's
Yeah.
kind of a fucking one-shot ability, because
Yeah.
people are, when they are opened up like a book, they are just like done, like they can't move.
Yeah. And then he can write things on them
He can
to make them.
Yes.
He can change them.
Yeah. If he gets to write on you, like at that point, there's just nothing you can do.
You just
No.
have to hope that he's just not a sick and twisted person, and he kind of is.
Yeah. First
Yeah.
time you see him do is like lick a spider.
Yeah.
He licked a spider.
And he was, dude, poor Koichi was losing so much weight because he was tearing the pages out.
Yeah, he
Oh
weighed
my
20
God.
pounds or whatever. He weighed 40 pounds.
He was gonna blow away in the breeze.
Literally.
What is Koichi's current haircut? I don't even remember. Does he still have the flat top?
Yeah, he's still got the mini Polnareff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, what are your overall thoughts on Kira and his potential likeness to a certain manga?
Rohan.
You said Kira.
I mean, Rohan.
Who's Kira?
I don't know. I think that's a Death Note character.
What was your question about Rohan?
What thoughts on Rohan?
He's fun. I think it's so funny that Araki's like, this is my self-insert character, and it's an author who's the best in the world, and everybody is shaken to tears by his art.
He denies it. He denies that is he's denied in the past that that's his direct self-insert. He's actually pointed at a different character who has way less significance, who we'll get to later. That is his self-insert, and it's really funny. But no one believes him.
But also, he has this weird, like, parasocial relationship with him at the same time.
Oh my God, I have to show you
like,
something, actually.
With his own character.
Uh-huh.
Like, there's a fan art that everyone knows about. Like, you guys have definitely seen this. And it's of him and Rohan, like
It's this.
like they're
It's not fan art. It's
It's
his
his
oh
art.
my god, obviously, yeah.
It's official.
He made fan art.
It's him
No,
and Rohan.
I feel like my
No, the whole,
my brain
That's so
switched.
funny.
My brain
So
said
awesome.
fan
No.
art because of how much
weird.
this seems like he
Yeah.
drew fan
Yeah.
art of his.
Well,
of
I would call this fan art. Like,
Yes.
he drew
Yeah,
fan
no,
art
look
of
at
his own
I
stuff.
need you to
He-
look at Rohan's
Okay.
lipstick and look at his lips.
Same lipstick.
They've been
His-
kissing.
They've been
his
kissing.
hand is on his ass, literally
Uh-huh.
below the cut. It's awesome.
So he actually made himself an imaginary boyfriend.
no, literally, like people,
Yeah,
like
someone who
make
understands
the joke
him.
all the time. Like they see a picture, like an official art of Rohan, and they're correct when they say like Araki was like giggling and kicking his feet and twirling his hair while he was
Yeah.
drawing this.
Araki
yeah.
was drawing him with one hand, which I think is how he draws all his characters. How anyone draws, but anyway,
Yeah, he's
He's
obsessed with Rohan. Long story short,
you will
he's
be
obsessed
you
with
will
him.
be, it will become very clear how much he loves Rohan, not only in part 4, but in the Rohan series, the Rohan OVAs, which are based off his Rohan one-shots.
Okay,
The
when do
ol-
we watch those?
Never.
After
Uh,
part 4, probably we can.
I
but-
think it would hit after part 5
Yeah.
even.
Mhm.
Okay.
I haven't seen them.
They're
That'd
good.
be new for me.
He
That'd be
hasn't.
brand new content.
It's there's like 12 one shots and 4 of them have been adapted by Netflix or are on Netflix and have been adapted by David
Nice.
Pro. They're very good. They're incredibly well animated, and yeah, Rohan. People are almost sick of Rohan. The fandom because Araki won't shut up about him. But anyway,
You could see why.
Yeah.
He's such a character.
he's such a crazy boy. But yeah, so Josuke, or he's kind of like beating our boys up. Like they got nothing. They got nothing on him.
Yep.
Josuke's panicking, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But of course our boy comes out on top.
Yeah.
You know.
Josuke also, he kind of wins by a fluke. Like
Yeah.
if Rohan did not make a huge misstep,
Yeah.
then he would have just won.
Yeah.
So I assume Rohan will be something of an ally in the future, and especially if they're trying to deal with like a mystery, being able to look inside people's brains will be very helpful.
That's true.
Will be very useful.
That's an interesting theory.
That's just a game theory.
Yeah.
We got also the reason why Josuke gets so mad when
Yes, we get the backstory of his hair situation, which I enjoyed. There was a moment where I was afraid that Josuke that at some point in the future of this series, Josuke was going to be sent back in time to save himself as a baby. And I was like, oh, no.
No,
Yeah.
it's so out of left field that you have to wonder how much has to happen between now and then. Now and
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
I just
what?
don't. I'm so tired.
I will say, I was
Yeah, you
initially
want plot?
because this is a point in the plot, right, where they've already taken care of Red Hot Chili Pepper, and you're like, okay, there's been 3 fluke villains.
Yeah.
There is, I do not know what the premise is, and then this happens, and you're like, holy shit, it's about to get real. Also, you just got the new opening that is crazy edgy, so you're like, oh my god, this is about to go crazy, and then your friend Jackson tells you, hey, by the way, that never comes up
Yeah.
again, and I start crying laughing at that. It really is. It's such a tonal difference, but he did have a point in doing that.
Yeah, I think as it stands on its own, I like that moment a lot. I think that's a very fun little defining moment for why Josuke has like taken that aesthetic so seriously.
Yeah.
And why he seems to have kind of modeled himself after that kind of person, like a somewhat rebellious teen who still cares for others and his community.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. I like it.
Although they did not have to make him look even like obviously
Yeah.
he's wearing a school uniform and he's got the hair that Josuke modeled his look after. So yeah, they're gonna look similar.
But
He's
given
got
it
his
a-
lips.
He's got his same kind of
Yeah.
face, and they don't. Whenever he speaks, it's silent, and they do like subtitles because as if they're trying not to give away his voice. So it's like it kind of really hints that, oh damn, there's something.
Yeah.
There's something
Mhm.
going
Could
on.
have given him a different hair color or something.
Yeah.
They should. I
Yeah.
feel like they should have done something that differentiated.
I don't know.
Should have given him a big set of angel wings.
I think
Yeah.
I think they
so
knew
you know that he was like a.
they knew it would make people keep watching. They knew it was only gonna they were like, oh, they should be as confused as we were when we read it, because then they're gonna keep watching, just like we kept reading, you know. So, but yeah, I think though the actual crux of this story is gonna be something that you really do like and appreciate. It's coming, man.
It's good.
It's
Go.
coming.
It's good.
I'm excited.
Yeah. And then, so you've met Rohan. You've met old Joseph and the
I've met
invisible
little baby.
baby. Now it's time to meet a couple rats.
That was an awesome episode. First of all, Jotaro, new episode. He's got his new outfit.
Yeah.
He's got a dolphin.
Yep.
He loves his little fishies. He loves the water.
Those are mammals, actually.
Yes. It is. It's adorable. I love it. And he takes Josuke on a hunting trip.
And he's like, oh, you mean like
Hunting
hunting for
for hot
babes?
ladies?
I've never done that before. Hope I can keep up.
That's not a thing people say, Josuke.
You're a
Freak.
weirdo, you freak.
Yeah.
He's got a wife or whatever.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm a true love kind of guy.
Um,
I'm a save it till marriage kind of guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Jotaro, I assume, is still a virgin man.
I think he's scared of sex.
Probably.
He's
Yeah.
afraid.
Yeah.
My wife
But they
goes
go
there.
hunting for little
Yeah.
rats because the rats have stands.
Yeah.
And so we finally get to see. So again, Jotaro brings bullets. He brings pellets to flick along with their little stands, and he brings bullets that they can shoot with their hands. And I still wonder, why not just bring a gun? Because Star Platinum would be such a crack shot with an actual gun. Not that he isn't already with the little pellets and such, but
It's a small Japanese town,
that's fair.
so guns would be pretty.
Also, I'll be real. I think a gun would not be as powerful as Star Platinum's flick.
What?
Yeah. I don't think that's fair.
I mean, I
think
think
it's
it would
gonna
be
go- I think
powerful
the-
enough
I
to
think
shoot a
I
rat.
think
Yeah,
that
I think
it would
that
kill a rat.
I think that bullet will go fast enough
Yeah.
that the rat's not gonna be able to dodge.
No way.
Also,
no
yeah.
way.
I think Star Platinum should just flick the gun at it.
I like your explanation, Adriana. It's
Yeah.
probably hard to get guns in a
Yeah.
small
Yeah,
Japanese town.
that does make
Bullets
sense.
everywhere.
They're illegal, and even though the Speedwagon Foundation could probably get him a gun, it's like, okay, is it worth it? I could just flick this,
Also,
Yeah.
no stand would ever use a gun unless it's like a
Yeah,
whole
the-
horse.
gu-
Like,
a gun
unless the
stand,
stand
what-
is the gun.
Yeah.
What would that even be like?
Yeah.
I will. There is, what I'm
Shit.
talking about.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So funny.
and that's why I said
Somebody have a
Okay,
gun
that was
stand?
a joke. Okay.
Is there a whole horse too?
Yeah.
yeah, his son.
whole horseshoe.
But yeah.
A whole horse here.
Indie horse is what they call him.
Yeah. So we have a little uncle nephew adventure. Except
Yeah.
this time the uncle is not who you may think.
What?
He's the rat. Oh wait.
No.
Oh,
Because he's
Yeah.
the Josuke.
right. I forgot.
Those
He's
rats.
a rat.
Those rats go hard. Those are good. Those are
I
rats that are
hate-
Yeah.
good
I
at fighting.
hated
Yeah.
those
It's another
rats.
Yeah.
example of, because I think the rats are supposed to, or insinuated they're related. They're like brother, because they have the same
Because
exact
they have the same
stand.
stand.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's another
Yeah.
case of similar stand related, or maybe just rats all just have the same personality. So
Yeah.
they all have poison gun stands.
A
Same
moment
soul.
I love from that episode is when Jotaro's watching the video footage and he's like, "We're gonna call him Bug Eaton. We're gonna give him a name.
Yeah.
Like he's like, I have to name him now.
Yeah.
We're gonna call him Bug Eaton from now on."
Right.
Yeah. It was.
I need to name. I need this thing to have a name before I kill it,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
so I know what to put on the gravestone.
Yeah, so I can buy toys of him.
Yeah. It is funny though. You were.
Wah, wah. Oh, nope. No, keep going. Sorry, folks. I thought the audio crashed.
It was pretty funny watching this with you and kind of seeing you react to the idea that you were like, Jotaro's the most powerful guy in the world right
In
now,
the
and
entire
the first kind of
Yeah.
fray we see him in so far is hunting rats.
He is the one that's getting his ass beat a little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
Well, I would like to say he is doing it knowing full well he can be healed. I mean, he's kind of taking an an educated non-risk.
Yeah,
but that
he,
rat still just wipes
Fucked
the
him
floor with
up.
him. I mean,
It's
he
still
just
painful.
immediately picks up that it's like time skip ability and
Yeah.
then shoots around that.
Which
Yeah.
is crazy. It took our boys in part 3 4 episodes to figure out
4 episodes and 1 human life to figure
yeah,
that out.
to figure out what the fuck his ability was.
honestly, that rat could have beat Dio.
That's what people say. It's like Jotaro killed Dio, and now he's getting like fucked up by this rat. But that's a good example of just
Dio would have just like indoctrinated. The
Yeah,
Yeah, the rat would have followed.
who would have been like,
And we're back. We had a slight audio issue, but basically that rat would have been besties with Dio.
let's be friends,
Brando.
rat. You got to see Jotaro spam the time stop ability.
Yes, I like the sound effect that Star
Yeah.
Platinum makes
like
when
that
he
he
stops
says
us at
Star
time.
Platinum, the world.
Star Platinum, the world.
So cool.
Pretty good.
It's pretty awesome. Yeah. To me, I will just listen to that on repeat whenever I need to go to sleep.
Yeah.
He's not kidding. Like
The just a little like bwah.
yeah.
That. Well, no, him going Star Platinum, the world. Blah.
okay.
he
I gotta
has-
hear his. I honestly think that the Daisuke Ono, the voice actor for Jotaro, is just one of my favorite like Japanese voice actors. I think his voice is amazing,
Yeah.
especially for the character of Jotaro. But yeah, they beat the rat. So
They
no
get
problem.
him. Josuke misses, and the rat's like, ha ha. But that's just what Josuke wanted him to think. And then Josuke shoots him.
Josuke's really
Dead.
fun in this episode.
Yeah,
too.
I love Josuke
Yeah.
in this episode.
He's really like he's taking the student role, and it's funny because like when he's around Koichi Nokiyasu, he's like the man. He's like
You're
he's
right.
got it all figured out, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But when he's around Jotaro, he's like crying whenever his shoes get wet.
I love that moment of him dropping that. Like whenever they fall in the water. His fucking cry.
yeah,
So funny.
yeah. He gets his fingers caught in a rat trap by the rat.
Yeah.
and then and shot in the neck. He's pretty lucky. I like that they watch out for each other. Like he heals Jotaro. Jotaro is the only person who could have, because since Joseph can't heal himself, is the only person that could have kept him from having slosh neck. You know, because
Yeah.
it stops time. That's
Imagine if
yikes.
he just had slosh neck for the rest of the part, like that.
He has walkie slush
He had
neck.
like a weird like lump on his neck for the rest of the
I can't
show.
believe I just said walkie slush in. It's almost 2024, and I
Yeah.
just said that.
What is a walkie slut?
It's like that. You know that movie with the robot, like Wally or whatever.
Oh,
It's like, no, I'm kidding.
For
You
reals?
you
Are
remember the
for
meme,
reals?
the wonky slush meme?
The what?
Wait.
I don't
wait,
know what you're talking
please.
about.
Wonky
Please
slush.
be serious. Are you serious?
I'm serious.
I'm
What
What
the
is
fuck
that?
are y'all talking
Wonky
about?
slush.
Walkie
Wonk-
slush.
Are you saying wonky or walkie?
Wonky slush.
walkie,
Walkie
like
slush.
feet,
Walkie, yeah,
feet,
like-
feet
yeah,
in front of the
yeah.
other.
Walk-
the
Walkie
walk,
slush.
Wa-
I
like-
took the walk to
walk.
fall in, you know. Walkie slush.
That was everywhere last year.
That was huge.
Maybe
was
it might have been.
everywhere?
It might have been. It might.
Not for us.
It was on billboards, dude.
Oh my god.
Like voice actors would say that line.
It was on Broadway.
Yeah, it was on.
You go to Times Square in 2022.
Yeah.
I guarantee you, one of those fucking TVs is gonna be playing Walkie slush.
Wait, was it last year? Or was it 2021?
It
Honestly,
was
that might have been
earlier
21.
than last year. Yeah.
But you don't
Yeah.
remember it because that was when you were in your coma.
Why didn't anybody tell me about this?
That's
Um,
crazy.
But yeah, so what the fuck else
Pass,
happened?
pass.
Pass on. Yeah, pass on bug.
Yeah.
I
so-
guess pass for both of the rats as well.
Oh yes, I forgot we're doing it.
Pass on Rohan.
Pass on Heaven's Door. Oh, you haven't. That's right.
I mean, it's book. It's a book.
That's
Right,
true.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. And then the
You people.
You could like draw it in your head that you're attracted to.
Yeah, you ever heard of hentai?
you ever heard of it?
So to be clear, we've not yet seen a stand form for Heaven's Door,
No.
correct?
No, but like it's a draw. Like he could draw anything.
Yeah, if I could do that to you guys, I would write "never heard of hentai" on all of you.
Don't take that away from me, please.
I do hope you're excited for the upcoming episodes.
I was looking at the ones that we've got listed. It's crazy.
It's very exciting.
It's crazy. Oh yeah, these are some really important ones. Also, I think the next one's called Rohan's Adventure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Rohan's Bizarre
as a
Adventure.
song. But yeah, glad you liked it.
Yeah.
Glad you freaking liked it. We'll get into expectations a little bit later, but
For sure.
as of right now, there's something else we got to talk about. There's the one other thing that we talk about that we got to fucking talk
Yeah.
Won't be.
I want to take a bite of gum right now. I'm feeling
Yo.
like maybe.
Oh, yo.
That
ho.
is. Are we first just talking about One Piece, which is the name of the treasure on
give
the
it up, give
Grand
it up.
Line?
So this week,
Zombies cooking.
over these past 2 weeks, we read the first bit of Warder Severin.
We read what
Holy
felt like
shit!
what we read like what felt like 4 chapters. It
Yeah.
felt like we had so little to work with, and this was over 2 weeks. This was
Oh my god.
this was some good shit.
Oh my god.
This was some good shit.
My god.
What are we thinking? What are we feeling?
I'm sad. I'm real sad, Clayton.
Yes.
Are we sad?
You had to go and make the
Why
ship-
even? And we're back. We had more audio issues. We had to go and make the ship cry.
Yeah.
Man.
I got a tier count.
I got a cry count too.
I got a couple.
I-
Because that's just who I am.
I would have had one if I weren't reading it in public.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want to say what our cry counts were? I know we talk about this a lot of out of orders, but
I don't want to say. I'm sick of being vulnerable on this fucking podcast.
Okay. I'll talk about mine
Hayden
then.
Can.
Yeah. Because obviously, I mean, was it for you? It was the Usopp leaving moment. Very,
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
emotional.
When-
What got me specifically though was not like their whole like falling out, but it was the moment after when Luffy turned away, and then
Yeah.
you saw him like grab his hat and like. The weight of what just happened hit him for a second before he had to recover, and you saw Captain Luffy break for a second.
Yeah.
God damn it.
And
Ugh.
when Usopp was just like laying alone in
Yeah.
the
That's what got me.
empty
Oh.
ship.
I was
And Chopper was told not to take medicine to him.
Mm-hmm.
I was
Yeah.
getting emotional throughout, and then to see him alone on the Going Merry. The first he shows the empty rooms,
Yeah.
and I was
The
like,
trees aren't there.
I was like, yes, the peach tree, no, the tangerine bushes, gone. I was beside myself. Here's me beside myself,
Josh just motioned to 2 different spaces.
and I'm
You said 3 and movie. Okay, it's a
And then
movie.
and then there's 2 tears coming down this Josh's
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Josh's face.
I'll be honest. I feel like because I know that it's all gonna work out.
How do you know?
Yeah, we don't know.
But I mean, it's like One Piece. Like no one has died.
Yeah.
It's like One Piece. Like no one has like died yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but what if Usopp becomes a counter captain and fights them on the Grand
I
Line?
don't believe that.
I
I don't either.
I do think.
Go ahead.
I do think this will be consequential though. Like I do think this will change
Yeah.
something permanently about the crew. I don't think this will be, or at least about some of the characters. I don't think anyone's going to be the same after this. I do think Usopp will be back,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and he better be
Yeah.
because he is becoming my fucking favorite straw hat.
The reasons I am sad are not because I'm like, oh, the idea of Usopp being gone. It's
Yeah.
just the fact that they are fighting and hurting each other. That's what's
Yeah.
making me
Yeah.
sad.
Well-
I'm not expecting this
Yeah.
to actually
Last forever.
happen.
The-
Yeah, or even them getting a new ship. I know I can't even be sad about getting rid of the merry-go because it's like they're not gonna get rid of the merry-go. Like something's gonna happen, and
It's
they're
gonna go to like a really nice farm or something. And they
Yeah.
can come visit it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think the Merry
Where it
Go
gets
is
treats.
done. I think they're gonna
But
get
they-
a new ship and it's gonna be the Going Merry 2 or something.
I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
I don't know if y'all were paying attention, but the bow is broken.
yes, well
The keel is
the
broken.
The keel.
No, but
like,
I think they're
There's
going to.
nothing that could be done
Um,
in a billion years
unless
ever.
you take it all apart, repair the spine, and then put the same pieces all back together.
I think they're just. My guess is they're going to get a whole new ship. For me, though, what is really important about this is just the idea that, like, what really sealed this so perfectly together for me, what made, like, Because it'd be one thing if Oda was just passing off this as like, well, yeah, of course it's hard to let go of the ship. It's the ship that they went on this adventure on, and make a whole arc about them letting go of like a sentimental place for them. But the fact that he made it so central to what Usopp is going through. Mm-hmm. This is the ship that they got when they met him. This is a ship from Kaya that Kaya gave them. And also it's completely a parallel to an allegory for what he feels like he's going through in the crew, where he feels worthless and he feels like he can't keep up. He can't be a good part of the crew.
The ship is like this because he's been the only one taking care of it, and he blames himself for it being in that because he can't do a good enough job to maintain it or whatever, because he's not a carpenter.
Making it a vehicle.
And he doesn't know exactly how impossible it is. Even if they had all the money, he's still convinced that if they did have the 300 million berries, that they could it could change, and so he blames himself for that.
The Going Merry is a vehicle for his inferiority complex and just his lack of self-worth that he has. It's beautiful character work. Mm-hmm. It is some of the best I've seen in One Piece. I haven't been this invested since we were going through Nami and Arlong Park and everything like that. And I haven't been this invested in a character since Vivi and Nami. This is crazy that Usopp is getting me like this. And the way it's getting to Luffy too. You rarely see Luffy like that. Like he's sitting on that tower afterwards at the hotel, and he's just like he's glum, and you never see that. You never see Luffy like that.
Yeah. There's several hints to it. In the original argument, there's moments where Zoro and Sanji, as people who both have they're kind of like Luffy's right and left hand guys. Yeah. Sanji is the one who first stops Luffy from going well, if you think that, why don't you just get the fuck out of here? He kicks him.
That moment of you're about to say something you can't take back.
Yeah.
And Luffy's so he stops and has to think himself. And then the moment as well when Luffy comes back and Zoro's like, hey, you are our captain right now. Yeah. So if we are to be a crew, that can operate and function, you have to be someone we can depend on, and you can't falter on this.
Luffy is kind of the keel of their crew.
Yeah.
He's the foundation they're all built off of. So he can't falter.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm going to start crying.
I'm so
I'm going to start tearing up. I love these. Clayton, I love these guys so much. Yay. And I think you were smart to like them too.
Thank you.
I think that there was a lot of just good writing done on the fact that they had him voice his insecurities. I feel like whenever a character becomes the weakest character in a lot of shonen, it's very easy for them to become the joke character. Mm-hmm. And so to have him be very aware of it, it deepened his character so much, and he's not a joke. And also my favorite thing is watching the, in air quotes, weakest characters overcome their weaknesses to prove that they're worth being with these other superhumans. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so seeing that fight and every single trick he tries is amazing. I also think it's well written in the fact that I don't even agree with Usopp. For me, I'm with Luffy. Just buy another ship. It's sad, but you are pirates. You gotta keep adventuring, and it's cool that you're attached to this thing. But it's buying another car or another house. There are so many experiences in it, and it's gonna be hard. But you got to do what's best for the progression of your life. Yeah, you know what I mean.
I think. Sorry, you go ahead.
No, it's fine.
I'll just do it quick. I think the biggest turning point is when Luffy realizes. I think Luffy's very hurt and affected by the fact that Usopp doesn't realize how important he is to Luffy, and that he thinks that Luffy would ever cast him aside. Mm-hmm. And I think that's a big part of where it comes from.
That's what I was going to say, is he was unconscious for when he went and got beat up even more. Yeah. And they got so fucking mad and destroyed the Frankie house. That was the end of that chapter where they were all
we're gonna tear this house up.
And that was an epic moment.
The Frankie house destruction. I loved that moment too, because it's the first time since Arlong Park we've got all right, boys, let's go fucking kick
Yes.
some ass.
Let's
Yeah.
go destroy this establishment right now.
And they walk in, and that the way that whole thing is written, I think is so good, and you're so invested, and you're rooting for them this whole time, and they're just kicking at. Not even a single person stands a single chance at doing anything to them,
Yeah.
and seeing them just tear the whole thing apart is so amazing. And then it's all crumbling, and then you realize it's like, oh shit. All this is going to do is make Usopp feel worse.
Yeah.
Because he just tried to do what they did, and they came out unscathed, and look where he is right now.
Yeah, I mean, I do feel like though it's. I think but he always knew that like that he was on this level or whatever. I don't think he wants to necessarily be on that same level. I think he just wants to be enough to get to be like, you know, a capable member of the crew.
Yeah.
And like bare minimum, which is protect the ship, protect the, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
stuff like that.
I'm-
Like he doesn't need to like be a superhuman like the rest of them. He's just like, okay, I need to at least like pull my weight in this, and that's.
But
yeah.
like he already has been.
Exactly,
He's so
and-
much. I'm really
right.
intrigued to see how this
Exactly.
whole arc resolves, because
Yes.
like there can't be it can't be a return to status quo, because if Usopp goes back to what he was doing before this, it is just going to make these feelings build more and more.
Yeah.
Because as everything progresses, I think that gap between Usopp and the rest of the crew, as much as like he's going to have his moments, and I love my Usopp moments, but he is never going to. I don't think that Usopp as a character will, or maybe even should, bridge that gap between him and the brawlers of the crew. And so
Yeah.
it'll be really interesting to see how his role on the ship changes, and what happens, and how
I'm kind of nervous that this is like the beginning of the end for Usopp being like an important character, because like it just if this ends the way I want it to end, you know, everybody makes amends and things are going to be okay. But just like the way that like if the story keeps progressing how it is, they're going to find more crewmates and stuff, and naturally some are going to have to take back seats to others, because you can only focus on so many. And I feel like that's just like, I don't want Usopp to be destined to obscurity, because he's so freaking important for the past like 300 chapters.
He's Luffy's best friend, right? Like that's
Yeah, I would be really surprised
Also,
if that happened.
There's like I think they just hit chapter 1100, right? We're at chapter 335. I think there's gonna be time.
Yeah, I'll say this.
It might be a while.
We'll get a lot of we get however many Straw Hats we get. The point of One Piece is the journey of this crew, and no Straw Hat will ever not be important. Sometimes a Straw Hat will take a back seat for an arc, but at the very least, every Straw Hat will have huge things to do going forward. To me personally, sometimes I'll be like, oh, this person has not had a whole lot to do in this arc, but it never feels like any of them have like fallen to the point where they like, all of them are so important. And that's kind of the thing, is like Luffy is traveling with his people because he needs all of them in their own individual ways. And so, of course, they all will always be important going forward.
Yeah.
And I think they do a great job of balancing that in the story.
We should get to other stuff that happened in this arc, but I do want to say I've been very critical of a lot of like the fights in One Piece. Can't say I've had that criticism so far from what we've read in Water 7. The few fights we've seen have been really good, and Luffy versus Usopp, probably top 3 for me so far. Like the just the level of like of investment that I had in what was going on, and just how awesome it was to see like Usopp pulling out all the stops and still just being effective. Like
I really would love. I mean, one of the things that I just didn't think about is like contrasting this to Luffy versus Zoro, right? What is seen as one of the worst little arcs that we've kind of experienced so far, and like the biggest like crazy character moments. I wonder, like, because just the fact that this arc and this conflict between these two characters is written so much better it's so great to see that, like, I don't know if that was, like, because of the perception of the Luffy versus Zoro fight, that Oda made choices that he made and really fucking pulled out the stops. But it was like, it felt very nice to be like, yeah, this is 100% not just because you want to see two characters that are powerful fight each other.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is, and because I think especially over the past couple arcs, Oda he really makes a point to emphasize how close those two are specifically.
Yeah.
They're best buds. They're the like the boys of the group. They're always running around playing with toys and stuff.
And the fact that this has been they've been building this arc since, like, the begin, like, since Skypiea at least has a lot of the groundwork of this being set.
Yeah.
It's the greatest story ever told.
Okay, buddy.
But what do y'all think of Water 7, the location?
Venice.
Venice.
Fucking awesome.
Really.
At one point we were reading this and Adriana was like, "Oh, it's about fucking time there's some Italy. We get some Italy in here."
Because there's been a lot of dick riding France specifically, I feel like, throughout this whole story. Which is really funny. I'm like, this, like Oda's France is Araki's Italy. And I think that's really funny.
I'm curious, what's the French stuff?
Oh, well, like Bratier, first of all.
Oh, for sure.
And the stuff, and it's just like constantly, the language specifically is a lot of people's
That's
like
true, yeah.
fighting moves and stuff. And so you could just tell he's like, oh, like what's my go-to like culture that I like to draw from is France.
Yeah, there is a lot of French stuff.
Yeah, it's almost like he read part 3 and he saw, oh, there's a guy named Polnareff. I'm kidding. I've always been kidding. Yeah, Water 7. As of right now, one of my favorite locations in One Piece, could end up being my favorite.
It's so cool. Like
it's awesome.
The Venice stuff, awesome.
And also like the intrigue of the Aqua Laguna or what.
Yeah. The El Nino.
It's such a lived-in town. Just the visuals of it, of just like how lived in it is, how complex it is, how structured it is with the canal systems, with just all the innovative ways they use water. The freaking
the Carpenters Guild.
There's the Carpenters Guild, the Galley Law, even just like the main streets where there's like shops and vendors like who are also on their little Yagaras, their Yoshis, like Yoshi boats.
Yeah,
it's just beautiful.
Even the little
beautiful.
like poles in the water, I just like kept getting reminded of Assassin's Creed when you jump across when you're in Assassin's Creed 2 is when you're in Venice.
Yeah,
at some point.
Well, freaking Kaku was pulling an Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, no, that part. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, awesome.
And the Venetian masks too are freaking
Yeah.
are awesome. So cool.
Seems like those mask people have something to do with Nico Robin.
Something to do with them.
Nico Robin.
Who disappears.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Not before slaying on the streets with Chopper.
Yeah.
Not before wearing the best fit she's ever had so
like
far.
one of the it was
This
awesome
is
outfit.
one of her most iconic.
Yeah.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I've seen a glimpse of it before, but seeing it in all its glory, I had to like. She was just this endless woman when you're scrolling down the page.
Didn't you say she's 6'2"?
I had to look it up. She's 6'2".
She's tall.
She's the tallest straw hat.
Oh my god.
She's the tallest straw hat at the moment.
So awesome.
So
Yeah.
Jesus fuck. That is crazy shit. She is so full of intrigue, still as mysterious as ever, and she's apparently one of the culprits of an assassination attempt on Mr. Iceberg.
Yeah.
And Mr. Iceberg had a poster of her in his room?
Yeah.
What?
Mr. Iceberg has
well-
the government knocking on his door. They
Mr.
want something
Iceberg-
from him.
Yes, Mr. Iceberg definitely knew her when she was a kid, and that's why Corgi is asking around, and sniffing around his deal. But I was like, oh, that when the one with the really cool hair with the masks passed by when she like left Chopper or whatever.
Mhm.
I don't know. It's just I'm very excited. I'm very excited to figure it out.
The guy walks by her and says, "I'm with CP9."
Oh yeah,
What does that mean?
that's right. What does that mean?
Candy Parrot 9.
Yes.
The candy police.
Wait, is it's a Water 7 and then like the CP9, is that like there's gonna be 9 docks underneath Water 7?
Whoa.
That's my 100% gonna happen.
Submarine dock?
It's gonna be a submarine arc.
Mhm.
That's
CP
cool.
stands for submarine, but it's spelled with a C.
Submarine.
Could that be a silent?
I don't know. I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
I would love to see. I would love to keep reading and find out. Unfortunately, my schedule is very busy, so I think I'm going to be dropping
Everything.
I think I'm going to be dropping. I think this is a good place to stop
Yeah.
Probably.
because
I've seen enough.
because I mean, it's only like Water 7,
Mhm.
which is funny
It's
because
interesting too, because it's like we haven't really been introduced to any sort of like larger villain of Water 7. I mean,
Yeah.
there's Frankie, whatever, but Frankie's
Yeah.
about to get his ass eaten.
We don't know.
Okay.
But it's just like,
yeah.
it's like when we went into when we were starting Alabasta, we knew about like Mr. Zero. Like that was
Yeah.
kind of established pretty early on. So it's like,
Yeah.
what the?
Something that
What
was
the fuck?
also funny about Water 7 is that he was like, okay, I'm gonna make this one about Italy. I think he just Googled Italians though, because he included like genuine like Italy Italians and then also like American Italians like from Brooklyn.
Paulie.
yeah,
Paulie.
Paulie.
Uh-huh.
yes, yes.
running
Oh
from
my
the
gosh.
debtors.
When we met Polly for the first time, I was reading it and I was like, oh, I think this is the next straw. Because I know the whole thing is like they're supposed to be like, ooh, who's gonna be the next straw hat?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, Polly's going to be the next Straw Hat. He's on the run from the government, everything. And I was like, all right, he seems maybe kind of interesting. And then the motherfucker started talking, and I was like, I want this guy far away from me.
Wait, can I ask? Do you know who any of the next Straw Hats are?
Nope.
Do you know what they look like?
Uh-uh.
Did you know that Nico Robin was going to be a Straw Hat?
I knew the name Nico Robin, but I did not know what she looked like before any of that happened.
Yeah, we got the
Damn.
Frankie face reveal though, which
Yeah.
and his nose stayed on.
Yeah.
Iron
The
nose.
nose stays on during sex.
What do y'all think of his fit? Speedo and Hawaiian
I
shirt.
like it. He's supposed to be, from what I hear, he's supposed to be American, right?
He is very American-y, yeah.
He's American.
Yeah.
Specifically, his design is based off of Ace Ventura.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. That's,
Oh my. Is there like a Popeye element to that too with the arms?
yeah, but those
Probably,
were,
yeah.
Those were troubling to look at.
His big-ass
was-
arms.
I did not like his stupid clown outfit he had on. Once he took that off, I was like, this
It was
guy.
for the
looks-
liked
parade.
It. Are you kidding? I liked it.
When I saw his leg, I was like,
Yeah.
Mr. Tuesday.
Oh my god, me too. Yeah.
Because-
I thought that as well.
Bonk. I wish.
I know.
No, Frankie is funny though. The way he entered there's already so much going on. The Water 7's exploding, right? There's everyone. Their mayor and hero is comatose. There's Aqua Laguna is coming. There's the Straw Hat Pirates have just had a big.
Remind me what Aqua Laguna.
It's the big monster.
It's a high tide.
It's a high tide that's
Okay,
coming,
right.
right?
That's right.
Everyone's
Gonna
worried
be
about that.
Potentially disastrous for Water 7.
Yeah. Then the fact that the Straw Hats have broken up and need a new ship, and now we have Frankie who's come back. He spent fucking $200 million. I better find out what the fuck he spent that on. He spent
He
their
wanted it real bad for
he
something.
spent their fucking money, which I knew was gonna get
I
stolen.
think maybe he spent it on the production value of the Lady Gaga performance.
Yeah.
Potentially.
And then he disrupts the whole protest or the whole like crowd to challenge Luffy to a fight. And Luffy is not in a good mood. This was a very bad time to challenge Luffy to a fight.
Yeah.
So I am very excited to see Frankie get his ass beaten, but also
gonna be
I'm
awesome.
excited to learn more about this Frankie guy.
Yeah. He's an interesting card.
Clayton.
Yes.
We had a conversation. One of
Yes.
the Carpenter characters. You gave me a little
Right.
tidbit of interesting stuff that I would like to talk about.
Yeah, that My mic started doing things. I don't know. But basically, God, sorry about all the audio issues today, guys. Something's going on. In One Piece, I think we had a conversation about this as well. But in One Piece, Oda has made a point to only do pirate tropes, visual pirate tropes, one time.
Yeah.
Crocodile is the only character throughout the series that has a hook.
Whoa.
Zeph is the only character throughout the series that has peg legs. He has a peg leg.
Do we have an eye patch yet?
There has been no eye patch. And I'm going to tell you something that is... I don't think this is a spoiler. There has not yet been an eye patch in the whole series, even up to where I'm at. Oda has stated that he knows where the eye patch will be. He says that he's so excited to finally draw that character, is the words he said.
That's amazing.
That's
so
fucking awesome.
That is very exciting. There's theories that it could potentially be a character that we already know.
Yeah, that's
like
what I
that a
thought.
Straw Hat could lose an eye or
Yeah.
something like that.
Well,
And
I
that
mean,
intrigues me.
I'm looking at this can right here.
Yeah.
He doesn't have one.
Yeah.
No.
He does not have an eye patch. Technically does Rob Lucci count because he has a bird?
And that is exactly why Hayden's bringing it up, is that Lucci is the introduction of this little trope where pirates will have a parrot or
Yeah.
something. And
He has a pigeon.
so this guy has a little pigeon on his shoulder.
Love Rob Lucci
that
already.
talks for him. He's a very... we meet so many... Water 7 is full of such awesome characters.
Yeah, like
between
Kaku.
Iceberg, Kaku, Khalifa, Lucci, of course, Paulie. I love Paulie's fun. He shouldn't talk to people, but he's fun.
Yes.
He's a bit misogynist.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I also think too,
His outfit's pretty cool though.
because it was like a weird thing. I couldn't quite pin it down. I didn't remember that at all until rereading it recently. But it's like he's not even being like, "Hey, babe." He's like, "You're in a professional environment. We this is people." Like it's like a weird, different kind of misogyny.
Yeah, workplace
It's like
misogyny.
a Frollo kind of misogyny.
Yeah, 100%.
Oh my, that's perfect.
It's like he's enforcing the school dress code.
Yeah.
He's like, what'll the boys do if they see this?
Wow.
But yeah, there's so many cool characters. And
all
it's,
gonna die.
I think it's fun that is happening too while we're in search of a Straw Hat. We're in search of a shipwright, and we meet so many shipwrights.
Yeah, true.
We really do.
and none of them seem like obvious contenders so
Yeah.
far.
No.
Iceberg seems like, at first I was very suspicious of him because he's a monopolizer, he's the mayor and he's a CEO and he's a train runner. We have not talked about the sea train. Oh my God.
There's a sea train.
Awesome.
Let me just tell you right now.
Let me get on that.
Clayton,
I
let
wanna
me
get
just
on
everyone here, let me just tell you right now, this is the best thing that's happened in One Piece. I'm a big
Train.
train
Pretty cool.
guy.
that. I love a good train.
I love a good
Are you
train.
a big train
I
guy?
do love trains in fiction and in real life.
We should go on a train.
I
There's
keep-
a train ride, like a sunset train ride, like loops around, and like you can go watch the sunset on a train.
Where
Yeah.
is?
And it's like usually like a classic like antique style train.
Wait, you telling me it circumvents
In
the
real
whole
life?
sun?
Yeah, it goes around the whole sun.
The sun train.
No, it's just like you go and you get on the train and sorry, I'm interrupting you, making plans, but it like you go and you sit on the train and you get to watch the sunset as
Where
as
is
you're
this?
riding on the train. Somewhere around here somewhere.
It's nearby.
It's
we
like
looked into
it's like
it.
$35 for a ticket.
Oh,
It's not
cool.
it's not expensive.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry. Continue about trains.
The sea train's cool. It feels very Ghibli-esque. We meet Kokoro and the little Goyle. The Goyle. And they draw a little map for them. That's really funny. Oh, there's a toad. I wonder if that toad's ever going to come back.
Yeah,
The
this
frog
toad
the frog
is
man.
trying to stop the train, and he's getting badly hurt because he keeps getting hit by this train.
I will be very disappointed if we do not enter the sea train at some point. If we don't get to see what this huge water train is like.
They probably just introduced it to look cool.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah. Nothing out here ever really comes back.
I don't think that Bullet Train had come out at this point, so I don't think
But
that
Oda-
Oda would be inspired to
He
do
might
something
have
like
heard them talking about it ahead of time.
that. He might have. That's true. Honestly, he inspired Bullet Train. Maybe I got this all wrong.
A few decades ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah, the sea train's awesome.
I'm very excited for that.
I'm really excited for what's to come. This is already teeing up to be a really.
We've got the crew disbanded. They are down 2 members. Robin is assassinating somebody and is maybe involved in some sort of strange organization.
Yeah.
The storm is coming. Everything is going bad in Water 7.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
We've been Clayton and I have it's been very fun. We've been watching another show called Jujutsu Kaisen that is also kind of entering an arc where it was just like, yeah, everything's kind of going bad, and I forgot how much I love arcs of stuff where it's just
Everything fuck up.
everything
fucked
goes
up.
bad.
It's fucked up.
And
Anytime,
at
like, the
every
storm's
turn,
coming.
every turn shit
Storm's
just keeps
coming.
getting worse, and I feel like that's what we're in One Piece right now. It's gonna be awesome.
My guess, very much a guess, is that this mask guy convinced Robin to help him assassinate Iceberg because he convinced her that Iceberg was going to give her away to Corgi, but then they got there, and then she was convinced that, she found out that he hasn't been saying anything, so then she changed her mind, but the mask guy still had his reasons to assassinate him, so she tried to stop him, and that's why it only put him in a coma, and that's why his mask was left there, because it was, knocked off.
Ooh,
That's a good idea.
I think Iceberg is Nico Robin's dad.
Whoa.
That's my hot take.
That's crazy.
I don't think he's sexy enough to be her dad. I'm kidding.
But I like that theory. I think that's really solid.
I like to throw the spaghetti at the wall ideas out because it's so specific what pops into my brain, but what if I'm right and I got that's the only reason I'm like
Yeah.
I think we should heavily theorize more on this podcast.
Yeah. I did call that Nico Robin was directly involved. I mean, it was kind of obvious looking back, but as soon as they were like, there was an assassination attempt, I thought, assassination? No! Nico Robin! Because she's been
That's
missing.
what her specialty is. She
Also,
specializes in
this chapter cover, I have been raving about some of these chapter covers. This one was so good that I had to make it my laptop wallpaper.
It's the one where they're all riding the train in front of a full moon.
That's amazing.
I could not stop looking at this.
And Nell's up there.
Oh my god, really? Oh,
No,
I
it's
thought
from
you meant in the picture. I was like, he drew him on there.
So should we start? Should we move along from the One Piece talk? Gosh, damn.
Yeah, it's kind of mid this week,
Kind of
so
sucks. Honestly, I don't like One Piece.
Yeah.
Get rid of
I
that
love
tattoo. Rip it off.
yeah. We know it's been fake this entire time.
Yeah, he has
True.
a tattoo of it's like Luffy with a big old smile and a bunch of drool.
It's actually he has water Luffy.
I
on.
don't get it.
He has water Luffy with his big old water belly.
Yeah, it's belly Luffy.
Man,
So typically we have a special little question we do at the end, a special little segment we do where we just fuck around or some shit. I don't know.
yeah.
So what?
We gotta start horsing around. I'll start us. I'll bring our thing into this section if we're doing what I talked about. I
Sure.
thought
Okay,
it would
motherfucker.
be fun if we kind of be little dweebs for a second, and over the next few episodes, just whenever we don't have specific questions, I want to start talking about if we were in the JoJo universe, what our stands would be as a hero and a Joe Bro, and what our stand would be as a villain to the Joe Bro.
And a Joe
Yeah.
evil.
Joe Foe?
A Joe Foe. Joe Fiend.
Joe Fo.
Yeah.
Jolene.
Joe
I figure
anti-hero.
we'll kind of maybe take them one by one, maybe not do everybody on one episode.
Sure.
Anybody have ideas for either hero or villain stands?
I think I've got both mine. One of them is one that I said on the podcast already, but I
Yes.
think I have my other one as well.
Let's do it. Let's clean
Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Sure. So, I don't know which. I think so. Villain, I think, is the one that I talked about on here, which is Candy Coated Fury, which is it has extendable arms that can crawl anywhere, and if it makes you look at this thing, you get hit in the head.
He did the
with a
okay
baseball.
The
symbol.
OK sign below the crotch. Yeah.
Yeah, if he gets you to look at that out of your own accord, you get hit in the head with a baseball bat.
And that's your
by
hero
the
one?
stand, or a baseball bat materializes and
It
hits you.
materializes and hits you.
That's crazy powerful in the
Yeah.
JoJo universe.
Yeah.
Who? I'm sorry. Continue. If you have more to say,
No,
I
go
have-
ahead.
I think I have a follow-up question.
Uh-huh.
I think will be fun. Who of the characters you know now is the one that you would fight
Oh.
Who do you think would be best suited to beat your stand?
That feels like a fight for Cacuine, I think. I mean, I just love Cacuine partially also. But also, we'd both have our little arms crawling everywhere, our little tendrils wrapping things up, setting traps for each other. I feel like that would be fun.
For sure.
I'd like it.
Is this your hero stand or your villain?
This is my villain stand.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, baseball bat.
My hero stand,
Wait,
if
just real quick, does it have a form? Like, or is it
Does it have an
just
avatar?
hands?
it has, I think it's just hands.
Ooh,
Okay.
shit. So it'd be like more like Hermit Purple
I'm
style?
honestly,
Kinda.
I'm honestly in my brain thinking like a Lessie kind of like how it just
No, yeah.
but
In the
stand,
form
like,
of it,
how it
absolutely.
just shoots off from your body and like
100%,
like,
yeah.
gets
Lucas.
people.
What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say I also have one, but I'll go after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. If I were a hero, my stand, I think it would be called The Trick to Life. After one of my favorite albums. I don't know if any of y'all have ever heard the Hoosiers. Really good band, really good. Honestly, they've produced like 2 albums, but
Oh yeah, he was the one that Take Me to Church, right?
different Hoosiers. This is multiple. This is not the one
there's more
Hoosier.
of
his
them.
family.
But I think the premise of it is when I have the Trick to Life active, it creates a field where anything that is set up, the punchline must always occur. So, like, if I were to put a rake out, it is necessary that within the next when it is funniest, somebody must step on the
So
rake.
a Chekhov's gun, but for gags.
Yes,
Okay.
that the funniest thing must happen when it is the funniest.
What's this called?
The Trick to Life?
That's awesome.
Clayton, it's like you know a Rocky. It's like that is
awesome.
such a
And
that
the
is such a
trick-
JoJo coded, like not even that's such like a later JoJo coded
Yes.
stand ability that I'm like impressed.
I just started I was like, I really wanted to find one that it sounded like it would make sense for like me.
Yeah.
Like what if I actually was somebody who got my fucking soul reflected as a big weird creature.
Yeah.
What it would be. And I think that one makes a lot of sense for me.
Is this one that has a form?
I think so. I think it has a form. I think the form is very not physically powerful because the ability itself is.
Yeah.
I'm imagining it's like people would be like, "Oh yeah, what's he possibly going to do with that?" And because they say that, they just immediately like get an anvil dropped on their head or something. But yeah, that's
So
my
your
stand.
form is Roger Rabbit.
Basically, yeah, it is. I'm imagining elevated to like a cartoony extent. And I think probably because it's so goofy, if somebody wants to beat me, they have to start playing by the rules. And because I think it probably works on me too, where it can hurt me. Yeah.
So if you set up the rake and then they make it so it would be funniest
Yes.
if you got hit by
yeah,
the rake.
they have to start finding ways to turn my own things against me. Like it turns into a Tom and Jerry fight.
Give us more examples of like the rakes, like the situations that you're.
So for example, I reveal to my enemy that they have walked off a cliff and are standing on midair. Perhaps they could pull out a saw and reveal that they cut the cliff off behind me and I fall and they walk back onto the cliff. I'm imagining literally like Looney Tunes stuff right now, but
Yeah.
I think they would have to use like plays of words to trick me into... I'm confusing myself here because it is a complicated little thing I
I just
made.
mean like what would one of the basic attacks on someone be?
I'm imagining a lot of Looney Tunes traps.
Yeah.
I am I don't know. I should have prepared more stuff for
No,
this.
it's fine. I
It's
just
like-
thought
it's
you might
like-
have had something.
No.
It's like slapstick comedy stuff.
Yeah,
Right? So
yeah.
it's like, if you're like running down, like you're running from somebody, the second you cross over like a crosswalk,
Yeah.
2 guys holding glass panes walk
Right.
out and
Uh-huh.
they shatter through the
Or
glass.
the
Yes.
banana peel.
Or it's
shows
like
up.
manifestations of your stand are the guys carrying the glass
Yes,
panels.
100%.
That's
Yeah, that's
cool.
good.
I love that,
So it's
man. I
yeah.
love that.
Awesome.
I
Cool.
really like that.
Lucas.
Lucas, our guest,
I have-
our wonderful little guest.
For now, I have a villain stand that I think would be
Ooh.
fun. It would be called Supermassive Black Hole, and it would be a stand that kind of, you brought up baseball. The stand would throw baseballs and then could teleport to wherever they landed. But also
Like an ender pearl?
Yeah. Okay. Well, now it's Minecraft at this stand. But the reason baseball theming, just because I don't know, I just think it could be cool because sometimes
Wait.
they just have random.
You're kidding, right? Wait. But the baseball is it not a Twilight reference?
It is.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just saying like baseball. I don't know why. I
No.
picked
I
that.
mean, I don't know why I want a baseball stand,
Oh,
but
okay,
I do know
okay.
it's Supermassive Black Hole because it's the
Because
Twilight.
okay, I
reference.
thought it was the other way around, where you're like, I want it to be massive black hole, and I don't know, I like baseball.
Yeah.
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 No, that's funny. I was like, that can't be a coincidence.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I just first I thought of like a stand that throws baseballs, and I was like,
Yeah.
what could
But that's
be
an awesome
Supermassive
name.
Black Hole?
That's
Like,
yeah, and it works because like teleportations. Yeah, that's
yeah.
awesome.
So I thought that could be cool, and then it would be pretty physically powerful, so it could teleport close, do a stand rush, and then teleport out. Or
Yeah.
and I bet the person that I'd want it to fight is Okuyasu. 'Cause
Yeah.
The hands like design is very kind of football-esque. Like he's got like pads and stuff. He looks like, I don't know, some sort of sports character. So I bet the designs would be kind of like inverses of each other.
Yeah.
Cause I just love the hands design. I love his like narrow field of view because Okuyasu's kind of like an idiot and like he doesn't have any forethought, like, and I think I love how the hand's designed. So I think that would be a great, maybe the hand just like erases the baseball at some point, and then he's like, oh, that's like my ability.
Epic.
So now you beat me up, I guess. Yeah, I don't have a hero stand ability.
It's time we'll talk.
You'll
about,
have one
yeah.
the next time you're on.
Yeah.
A couple years.
Oh, we should just make every guest from now on
Yeah.
come
100%.
with what
Either
their
their
would
stand
be.
or their devil fruit, if they feel so inspired. 'Cause I think that's
Yeah.
another thing we should get into is devil fruit.
Oh, true.
Oh yeah.
I've been prepping a little one piece D&D campaign thing that I'm playing with a couple other friends. So I've been making up a lot of devil fruit powers recently. They're fun. It's a fun thing to make up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Should we save the rest for
Save the
for
rest
next
for
time, or
next
I
time.
think
unless
so.
anyone's dying to do it? But
Well, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go.
Well, I remember I commissioned a stand. I commissioned
Yeah.
someone to draw a stand for your birthday.
I can get into it next time, but
Yeah.
Josh did. That was like an awesome thing
Actually, I
Josh
forgot
did.
about
It was so great.
Oh, that's right. That is
so
so
yeah, I
cool.
can't wait to talk about that.
Hell yes.
yeah.
It's
It
a
was
really good stand.
cool. Our friend Lindsay drew it.
Yeah.
It
If
was
Anyone
awesome.
wants to draw us with our stands now
Yeah.
that they
Yeah.
exist?
I was
Do
able
it.
to think of a stand ability for you. I can never. There's so much pressure because I know pretty much every stand. Like I'm well aware of all of Araki's incredible ideas and the not so incredible ones. That the idea of like me coming up with one is so
Feels
impossible.
blasphemous.
It feels blasphemous, but impossible too to come up with one that's good. And I'm like jealous of you guys that you're able to come up with really good ones. Just
Coming
off
up with
the
the
cuff.
hero stand is I have my
Yeah.
villain stand
there's
already
so
in
many
mind.
villains.
yeah.
Because like villains, you can, but it's like what you said is like you want the hero stand to actually be something that's a bit of a reflection of your soul.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Which is I don't know what my soul is like. All right,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know.
I would just want Star Platinum. I
Yeah.
would want Star Platinum, or I would just want my favorite stand. And like it's hard for me to think.
Is Star Platinum not your favorite stand?
It is.
Oh.
But one of my favorite stands. Like I would. There's also a couple others that I would like. Crazy Diamond's another one. I would be amazing to have.
I love
Crazy Diamond's so cool.
You haven't met though a lot of my favorites. You have not met yet. Probably most of them, I would say. Most of the S tier stands, you have not met.
When you see Eat It, the stand Eat It. No, I'm kidding.
When you see Sweet Bod,
When you see Weird Al.
yeah. Well,
There's so many Lemon Demon songs that would make good stand names.
Right?
Yeah.
Cabinet Man.
Yes, literally. Yeah.
Soft Fuzzy Man.
Spiral of Ants.
Spiral of Ants.
Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Podger Puppet Pal.
Redesign your logo.
2 trucks.
Lemon Demon.
No, Lemon Demon just in general
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
awesome.
He introduced a character named Neil CC Rega.
Okay. Anyway.
Anyway,
We ready to end?
well,
Everything?
give us some
Talk about
homework. Give us some fucking homework and some expectations, Clay.
Oh, I'll give you homework.
Give it.
I should have had this chapter ready. I know what it is. Let me find it real quick. So we just read up to 335. This was a light one. Are y'all okay if I give you a big chunk?
Give us a big
Give me
one.
so much. Give me so much.
Mungo homework.
This is roughly like this is like 1.5 homeworks basically. We're gonna be reading
thing you've ever
to
told me.
361
Whoa.
this go around. Which is going to be a total of, let's see, that is 26 chapters.
26
yeah.
chapters.
I had a question about the last homework because we finished off a chapter before the end of the volume.
Yes, we have been broken off from the volumes for a minute.
Oh, okay.
I just want to make sure. I want to curate this next experience as well as possible because there's some things I didn't want, for example, the Usopp moment to be like in the middle of this week's homework.
Yeah.
I didn't. I thought it was best if by the time we were taking a break, that was like the most recent thing on our mind.
Yeah. It's been a good schedule so far. So.
Yes.
I'm gonna have to start making these chunks bigger when it's applicable. I've been mainly tailoring it for moments, but yeah. Sorry, expectations.
Expectations. Things are getting bad around here.
Okay, Joe.
In this, there's because of the nature of what is to come. I don't actually know where things like technically end. We're going to be basically finishing Water 7 in this next chunk.
What?
But the
Already?
pretty much.
It took us like 5 episodes to do Skype. 5, 6 episodes to do Alabasta. We're gonna finish the Water 7 and
We will not be. Here's what we're not going to be finishing this story remotely.
Oh wait,
We are going to be finishing probably what we're going to be moving to a different part of this same story that is probably not going to be called Water 7.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So like the saga is like a larger.
Yeah,
Water
this is
7.
like for example, if there was an Alubarna and Alabasta arc in Alabasta. Yeah, we're going to be moving around a little bit maybe.
Okay. Cool.
I don't know. What can you?
But yeah, that's One Piece. What about JoJo?
Okay. So you, my friend, will be watching 4 more episodes of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Give me 7.
I want to get. I'd give you 8 if you wanted.
Give me 10, man.
But
Let me
that
finish.
would be 5 battles, and I don't know if we need to talk about that.
We're already going to be reading more than normal for One Piece.
Yeah.
So.
This dude's done with his homework in 1 hour.
Wait,
Yeah, but
do you really want?
No, but we won't have enough time to talk about all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
That's true.
Because I'm dying. Trust me,
Yeah.
I'm dying to get to the next batch after this batch.
Yeah, I don't you worry about it. Four will be plenty, especially now that I am back to being a little busy boy.
We're so
Sorry, I looked at the list of what's coming soon.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, there's definitely for this one. I'm gonna combine those. But I'm gonna give you 4 episodes. 4 episodes of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Expect a lot of fun. Expect some little guys. You know, you might be meeting some new people.
Spoilers.
You might not.
This has one of these episodes is, I think, one of the wildest episodes. Not in terms of like what happens, but just like in terms. I remember being very shaken by it the first time I saw.
Oh yeah.
The first time I saw it, I was like, huh?
This is one of the ones that I'm about to
You're
watch.
about to watch.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
More kind of town building that you're gonna see. But I'm really excited to experience.
They're gonna chase you.
They're gonna chase you.
I forgot. I'm gonna mention a One Piece thing so quick. We're gonna move on from it so quick, but I forgot to tell y'all. I don't know if y'all have seen at the beginning of every One Piece volume, there is that little character map. And I know that y'all can't. That's not translated for y'all, right?
Yeah.
So you don't always know what it says. But that shows all the characters that are involved in that volume and like what their factions are.
Yeah.
Usopp,
Yeah.
no longer going forward here, is in the Straw Hat map. He is now on his own, off to the side. He's just Usopp.
You mean
on
in
his
this
own.
next volume, at the very least?
I just didn't know if it was going to be. I didn't know if y'all would be like looking at that or noticing that. Usopp's his own man now.
Wow.
Damn, we're gonna get the nose Jolly Roger.
Maybe.
Whoa.
The nosy Roger.
The nosy Roger. The
Mhm.
Jolly Noser.
the Nosler.
The Nosler.
I
Wow.
also love how Shanks is at the bottom of every character.
Yeah.
I
He
think
had-
it's so cool that
he's-
I'm always thinking about him.
You are always thinking about that boy. I miss him.
Yeah.
I miss him. We know so
Where's he
little
at?
about him, but he's so
cool.
he's so epic.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know if you noticed, but in the beginning of every opening now, there's a new opening. It's called Chase. Usopp is no longer in it. That's a joke. I'm gonna.
All right, everybody. Thank you, New York.
I wanted to see how long it could be silent.
Hey, you know what? Fuck you guys. Hey, fuck you guys. Actually, that was rude.
Oh, I get it now.
Hayden actually genuinely did.
Okay, I knew that,
That is
it was a
so
learning
funny.
curve for some of you. And with that, we
That we love you.
love you. Good night.